appreciation and respect for the House of Parliament, we are to stop all the issues that we are running out of Nairobi. Yesterday evening and today for me to appear this morning. So I am ready, Mr. Speaker, to answer the 3 questions so that if I have some bit of time remaining, then I can be able to catch up with my program in Kericho later in the day. So, Mr. Speaker, this is my reply to question number 47 by the distinguished Senator for Kirinyaga County. Mr. Speaker, let me say that the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, in collaboration with the relevant state agencies and the county governments, has formed a multi-agency team whose mandate is to collect geolocation or geocoordinates for all the coffee growing farms, estates, and coffee cooperatives in all the 33 counties. And the multi-agency team, Mr. Speaker, comprises of Kenya Forest Service, Kenya Wildlife Research and Training Institute, Kenya Water Tower Agency, Kenya Kenya Water Tower Agency, and this, Mr. Speaker, is to provide secondary data on forests and tree cover, while protected areas and conservancies and water towers, respectively. And the Directorate of Remote Survey and Resource Sensing will avail remotely sensed data and shape files that will be necessary for baseline. The Regional Center for Mapping of Resources and Government is coordinating the compilation of existing geographic vector data and Kenya Space Agency for satellite imaging and space systems. The multi-agency team will deploy field ground surveys to collect the GPS coordinates using GPS gadgets, satellite image, interpretation, and analysis to determine the coverage of coffee farm estates in the targeted counties. And the Ministry of Agriculture, through the Agricultural Fund Authority, will establish and operationalize the ICT data center for receiving and transmitting data on coffee production through the Coffee Directorate, produce coffee digital maps, establish coffee database that will not only address the EU market demands, but enhance management of the coffee subsector in Kenya. And any other information that will be collected will include and not limited to forest cover marking to determine the probable level of encroachment by coffee farmers to provide precautionary measures to avert the EU market. Second question question B. I think the Senator wants to know which institution is leading these efforts on the collection of the geolocation coordinates of the coffee producing palms. And I want to say that the ministry, of course, through the Agricultural Fund Authority and the Coffee Directorate, is the leader in institution in these efforts of geolocation coordinates of coffee farms as required by the EU regulations. Question C, Mr. Speaker, is on whether which government institution is again responsible for managing the geolocation information. And I also want to say that the geospatial data on coffee shall be hosted at the Alpha Coffee Directorate for ease of data management, storage, retrieval, and dissemination. And there shall be continuous update of the database through periodic ground truthing. And where need be, the data collected will be assessed by the authorized parties to inform generations of due diligence statements for coffee exports to the EU markets. And finally, question number D is whether there is any budgetary allocation for maintaining a comprehensive and accessible database of the geolocation data. Currently, there is no budget allocation for maintenance of a comprehensive and accessible database for the geological data on land. And